Hey everybody, it's your host Happy Gaming Studios and welcome back to another video. I'm so excited to bring you another video, guys. I really love you guys. You guys are awesome. And if you came on to this video and wanted to watch this video, then I really appreciate you coming to this video and watching this, because it's an amazing day. It's been an amazing day over here, and I've been waiting for this video to make this video for a week now, and it's been tough trying not to make the video and make the review instantly, but I knew I needed enough time to ensure that to make a full complete review for this product. But before we get started, this video is sponsored by the company called KOOTEK. If you haven't heard of them, they're a third-party manufacturer company who manufactures third-party accessories for all consoles alike, such as the PS4, Xbox One, etc., etc. Now, what makes this company different from other companies that I personally used in the past, and they weren't sponsored or anything, and I don't get no sponsorship or anything for the specific videos, but I purchased with my own money from like GameStop or something like that. What makes this product different and them different is that they put a lot of work into their products, and I really thank them for that, because unlike the other third party, they feel like they do a half job, and that's what I don't feel with KOOTEK. And I've never used KOOTEK's products before, and for the first time when I used this product, I've been mind blown away. For the past few days, I've been enjoying this product. I put away my old charger, and I've been using this charger, and it's just so amazing of how it does, and it's just so amazing, guys. You just have to. If you guys want to purchase it, the link in the description is in the description. It'll take you to KOOTEK's store, and you can buy one for yourself for a really affordable price, and it's really useful for when you want to charge your controllers faster without having to waste time, and charge them fully without having to worry about if your controller's charged or anything. It's really good. So the product we're going to be talking about is the KOOTEK PS4 controller, PS4 Pro, Slim, and PS4 regular external dual fast charging controller charging station. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I'm going to read the receipt just in case. And it's called the KOOTEK controller charger for a PS4 Slim, PS4 Pro, and the regular PS4 external ports fast charging station stand for the PS4. Now I know this is a very long name, and that's why it was hard, because you can't learn the name in a week. There's no doubt about it. And I'm being honest, because unlike other reviewers, I like to be honest with the company that I'm reviewing, and as well for my viewers. So that's who I am, and that's what I like to do. So, what does this product look like? This product it will look weird at first, but don't be deceived by its looks. Even though some of its looks may be different, weird to some people, it is actually a very unique design, and I really liked how it was well made. So this is what the product looks like. This product is what I told you. It's called the KOOTEK dual fast charging station, and the name doesn't lie. This actually charges controllers really fast, and it takes 2 hours or less. And to be honest, when I used this controller on this, I plugged my controller, and it was like a battery dead, or it was dead. It charged in less than 2 hours. Less than 2 hours, it fully charged my controller, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And it does have an indicator that lets you know that if it's fully charged or if it is charging, which is a very nice touch. And I want to say congratulations on putting that touch to the charging, because it's been hard. The last charging stations that I had, and I bought with my personal money, they never had a charging indicator. I had to rely on either if the controller was fully charged or not, and it was a pain in the ass. So this dual charging station for dual controller charging station makes everything life much more simpler. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's so amazing. So what makes this so amazing comparing to the other traditional dual controller chargers that you normally see in GameStop, etc., in Walmart, etc., etc.? Well, I'll explain to you. we're gonna go talk about the pros first. We're not gonna talk about the cons. We're gonna talk about the pros first, and then we're gonna go with the cons. So I can separate them into different segments, and you guys can get indication of what's good and what's bad. So it's up to you in this video whether if you want to buy it or not. And you can, if you want to buy it, then the link, as I said, link to the affiliate link to this product is in the description, and you can go definitely check it out and purchase one for yourself. It's really amazing. So let's talk about it. The first pro about this charger is the build quality. The build quality feels like if you're holding a Samsung Galaxy, a premium Samsung Galaxy phone, but this is plastic and it's black. It's really well made. It's not heavy, so even so you wouldn't have a problem of carrying this around consistently. So yeah, and what makes it also good is that when you place it down on a solid surface, the charger won't be moving around. It has a really good friction kind of pads on the bottom of the charger, which you can see here. And I had no issues with it. The only issues I had with it was putting it where to put it. And you don't want to necessarily put this on the PS4 itself. You want to keep it like on a table or something next to the PS4, because you don't want the heat to burn off of the tracks and lose that friction. You don't want to do that. So that's another good thing about this DualShock, this dual fast charging station, is that even though that the build quality of the plastic is very well built and it feels really great in your hands, but as well that the friction of the pads keeps even for its weight, it keeps the dual charger in place, which I really like, because I had problems with other chargers, dual charging stations, where they would just move and it would just be a pain in the ass. They would fall, my controller would fall, and it would just be I would just start panicking. I'm like, no, I'm thinking this broke, and I'm thinking my controller broke, and I'm just panicking. And I'm glad that they're the ones that fix this problem that all of us gamers has been having, and this dropping the controller without doing nothing. Because sometimes this can fall with weight, if something happens, and then it could pull off. And this is really good for what it does. The second thing that I have to say is that for the first of its kind that I've seen in years, is the first peripheral that uses the external ports of. No, I'm not trying to stick my. Sorry, I'm not trying to stick my finger. My apologies. The first thing this is the first time that a true charging station uses the external ports of your controller. Instead of you using your traditional USB, you use your external. So basically, you just plug it in like this. It plugs in like this, and it looks really great. When you plug in the controller, it doesn't alter or mess with the first controller, and that's pretty amazing. So it's easy to take off. At first, when you do plug in the controller, it's gonna feel you're gonna have to put a little bit tiny of pressure on it, but that's the really downside of it. But that's for the first time. But after you keep doing it, it will eventually get used to it, and it will be easier to kick off and put it back in. And it has an easily snappy feature, so it keeps the controller in place, so you wouldn't have to worry if the controller is easily poppable if somebody grabs it. So it's pretty useful. So besides that, this is the first DualShock controller. Not a DualShock for dual fast charging station that I've seen that uses the external ports. It's really amazing, because if you say, for example, you have a broken ribbon cable in your controller, which can happen after replacing parts over and over and over again, and the ribbon terminals get broken, you can't charge your controller anymore. But this actually fixes everything and eliminates everything with using the charger of your USB, and you just plug it in, boom, you're done, and you're all set, and you don't have to worry about using the USB charger ever again. I have another controller that the USB doesn't work because the ribbon is broken, so I ordered another port for it. So I'm really glad that comes in. But this was a lifesaver of keeping that controller charged, so one of my family members can use it. And I actually plugged in both in at once, and it does an amazing job. So how this works is basically when you plug in your controller for the first time to charge your controller, the current that goes for one controller is up to 400 mA. If you put two controllers, that controller is split from 400 mA to 200 mA each, and it does have fast charging, so it's basically increasing the charging speed of both controllers. That's why the minimum that they require you, the minimum and maximum, that the minimum is like 1.5 hours, and then the maximum is up to 2 hours of charging time with two controllers. But if you just have one controller charging, then it could take you 1.5 hours or even less than that than you expected. I've used this controller all day in the night when I needed to charge my controller. I plugged it in. It was very simple, and I waited and I watched a movie. It was done within like half an hour, and it was so amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The other good thing about this charger is that the front, if you don't know, this may look like some ordinary design flaw, and you may think, oh, this is an IR sensor, or no. This is a display. This is not an LED display, but this is a display allowing you to tell you either if the controller is charging or not. Now, it does come with the charger, and it comes with a OEM micro USB charger. This is Type C, so don't expect that you're getting a Type C USB, which is not the best, and you don't really need a Type C because you're not doing any data transferring. You're just charging your controller, which isn't bad at all. So you have a premium built USB cord, a micro USB cord, and it's not that long. If you actually look at it, it's not that really long at all. It's like almost about 2 feet, probably 2 feet, 2 feet long, 2 or 3 feet long. And it's pretty useful for what it does because you don't have to have it necessarily. If your PS4 is on one side and you want the charger to be on the other side, you have enough length of the USB to go ahead and charge it. I have a flaw. There is a flaw with this USB charger, and I don't know if this is a bug or if it's a part of it, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So how this works and how you know if your controllers are charging is that you'll have to plug. The first thing you need to do is that you need to plug in the USB charger in the back, like so. You'll see it. You make sure it's snugged in. You don't have to put up too much pressure because it slides in really easily, which I really like because I've had many chargers that you just push really hard or replace the USB, and it becomes annoying, and that's something that you don't want to do because you don't want to spend another $5 on another charger just to use this. It's just been the point. So when you plug it in, you will get electricity. I highly recommend you just plugging it into the PS4. You can use third-party chargers, but I highly recommend using the PS4 because it has a more consistent and current and a fixed current. So when you turn it on, you will see two kind of PS4 controller icons. You will see the KOOTEK logo that looks like this. I'll bring it close to the camera for you guys to see, and you'll notice that they're all blue. Now, even though that they're all blue, there's no controller. So how do you know whether if the controller is charging? Now, the good thing about this is that what I really love about this is that when you plug in a controller and your controller is about to die or not even dead yet, when you plug it in, it will detect whether if there is a controller docked in, and if it's fully charged, this will not turn red. This will stay this color, and if it's charging because the battery is either going to die or halfway, don't matter, it will turn red. When it's ready, what I like about it is when it's fully charged, it will turn from red to blue, letting you know that it's fully charged. And the good thing is that if your PS4 controller is on, if you have it on and connected to the PS4 right now, it is going to take longer for it to charge. But with fast charging, with having just one controller, that isn't necessarily a problem because it's pumping 400 milliamps of electricity to the controller, fast charging the controller, but it's just going to be a little fraction of time that it's going to take just because the controller is off. So I highly recommend you just turning off the controller and then plugging in the charger and leave it alone. You will see that this little icon for the controller will turn blue when it's finished charging, but when it's charging, it will turn red. And when you have two controllers, then they will both indicate, and you know that they're detected. If your controller is fully charged and you plug it in, and you're wondering, you use it for 30 minutes and your battery's fully charged and you plug it in and you don't get a red light, this means that the controller is still fully charged and it doesn't need to charge. And this is a really good feature, safety feature, to protect your controller and the dock charger, which I really like. So when you remove the controller, it will turn back blue, and that's simply it. You can keep this plugged in as long as you want, and nothing will bad happen. Just make sure that no children or anything are around this, or put anything towards the terminals, because they do not want to get shocked. Because even though that this doesn't pump too much of electricity to hurt a person, you never know. You never know what might happen. So yeah. So what are the cons? Besides these good things that I've been talking about this charger, what are the cons that you should be worrying about when you're going to buy this charger? Well, the first thing I have to say is that the electric splitting, and the reason I'm saying electric splitting is because when you plug in two controllers, it takes that 400 mAh from one controller and it will split it into half. So instead of being 400 for one controller, it'll be 200, and another controller will be take 200. I understand why they did this, and I understand why, but they should have. What they should have done is that they should have outputted about 400 mAh in both sides, and they should have increased the voltage within the device. But I understand why they didn't. They did it, and it's for safety. So I'm not saying that they should go ahead and do it. I'm just saying it is one of those things that, you know, it is a bummer, because you want to charge two controllers at the consistent same current. So having it split, it really sucks. So if that makes you not buy this, then so be it. But either way, both controllers are going to charge, and this is an amazing product. The second thing of the con that I had to talk about is the display. Now, even though I talk really good about the display, I really have misjudgments on the lighting, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. If you guys have a well-lit place, like sun shining even through your blinds, sometimes the glare will hit this glass part. Not the inside of the display, but will glare off the glass part, and sometimes it can make it really, really hard to tell either if your thing is charging or not. And the lights are not even bright enough to see either at night. So if you go at night and you place this down on a table or something, and you go ahead and you turn off the lights and you want your controls to charge, if you go far distance, you won't be able to see these lights. These lights are like if you had it off in the first place, like this. It looks like this. But you'll see, the only thing that you will see from a far distance is the logo. You won't see these two, even if they have different colors on, but you will only see the KOOTEK logo. The KOOTEK logo looks really cool. I like how they actually added on the top, and then they added on the bottoms. That was a really nice touch, and I really appreciate that with the black background, and I really like that because it does help with the lighting. But I just wish that the LEDs were a little bit brighter and more, and the icons were a little bit more transparent, so they would be more of a better kind of look. That's the only thing I have to complain for this display. Otherwise, it really isn't gonna. It's just a cosmetic thing, and it's not really going to bother you as much if you care. If you don't really care about the cosmetic, you just care about what it does. The last con I have for this is space. This, even though that this isn't that big comparing to other chargers, that the only thing I have to complain about this is that the space it requires. And I'm not saying this has a big space, but you're going to need some space of placing this. And placing this on your console is a big no-no, because even though that this can go on your console, you just don't want the heat to alter the trackpad that keeps the charger in place, so it doesn't move around at all. But beyond that, it's a really good charging station. I love how it's fast charging. I love how fast it charges. I love everything about it. I love how they put a lot of dedication in the build work. I love the dedication that they actually added a display in the front, letting you know either if it's fully charged or if it's charging. But the problem is the other con, the final con about this is that the charger. I don't know if this is a flaw. I don't know if this is a part of the charger or not. But if you plug this into a controller such as this one, what will happen is that this controller will not charge. It will charge. This USB will not charge at this controller. Like say something this broke and you ran out of warranty, and you want to keep using your controller. Something happened. You don't want to buy another USB. Use this USB on your controller. This doesn't. You just notice that this doesn't charge your controller. This will charge other things. Like this one, yeah, we can't use this. I don't think we can use this. I think so. We can. I don't know if it'll turn blue. No, it won't turn blue. But yeah, see how it turns on this one? It turns on this one. This one's kind of, this thing is buggy because this USB hub's broken. But you see how it turns on this thing and nothing's bad happening. And when you plug it into my controller, I see no charging. And the only way it would work for charging this controller if I plugged it into the dock. Now, I don't know if this is a flaw within the USB or if this is something that's going on with my controller. I have no idea, but I have another USB that I've been using with my controller and I had no issues with it. And it seems like it's only the only USB cord that does. I don't know KOOTEK I don't know if KOOTEK intentions of that just for protection, but I don't know, or if it was a bug. I have no idea. But this shouldn't really reflect you as not making the decision of buying this. It's an amazing product and I really like it, and I really want to thank KOOTEK for allowing me to review this product. It's an amazing product. I really recommend it. It's something that you will definitely want to use every single day. It's very useful, especially if you have two controllers you can charge at the same time. And I really love the front display. Other than that, there really isn't much bad things beyond what I talked about this. I really had nothing bad to say, mostly bad things to say about this product beyond what I've already stated. It uses external ports which to charge your controllers, which is dang amazing. I really love how they did that. I've been wanting for a very long time. So I'm thinking like, why companies like use USB? Why don't they do something innovative with the external port? Because exactly the only thing I have for this external port is a keyboard that has the battery that extends the life, but I really have rarely used it. But I've been asking for a very long time, like, why haven't they took any use of this and made a charger using it? And KOOTEK solved that problem. KOOTEK solved that problem that I've been wondering for, I don't know how many people have been wondering this, but they solved something that is really well built, real well made, and as well it does what it's supposed to do. But as long as you take care of it and you treat it like if it was your baby, everything will work fine. However, if you guys have any issues when you do receive your product, you'll receive in your box that you contain, and it's like, it will look like this box. You will receive your receipt that you purchased, a proof of purchase. You'll also receive a warranty card that you get when you do receive this, which in cases if this breaks, you can basically contact the company, tell them that you have warranty, you tell them you give them a proof of purchase, etc., and that's why you need to keep the receipt just in case. So if something bad happens, you can set it back and they'll replace your item for free. I don't know how the policy is, whether if they're going to send you one and you just throw this one away, or if you send it back. I have no idea. You're going to have to contact support for that if that does occur. And I highly, if you have a defective product, make sure that don't ask for a refund quite yet. Go and contact the company, say that you received a defective product, give them all your information that they require, and basically they will hopefully if you're under warranty, they will replace your product for free. Other than that, that's my review. And I know this is pretty much a very long, like a 25-minute review, and I understand that's a very long time. But this video took a very long time to make. It took a very long time to collate and see what I'm going to say and do, and it's just been frustrating. But beyond this, it's a great product. If you guys want, go ahead and get yourself one. You can buy one. I think I still believe on 20 bucks. When I saw it on the store, it was 20 bucks to buy it. So it's really cheap for what it is, and a really great product. So if you have more than one controller, definitely invest your money in this. You won't be disappointed. I've been using it for a week and I've been loving it every single day. And I'm not telling you this because oh, you know, they didn't tell me, oh, I have to write a script. No, I'm telling you because this is my opinion. This is how I feel about the product, and I've been using it for a week, and it's been so amazing. It hasn't let me down yet. I'm hoping it never does. But that's all. If you guys did enjoy this video, I'm really grateful for KOOTEK for allowing me to review this product. I'm hoping that in the future they can allow me to review more products of theirs, and I'll gladly review more products if they want to. But other than that, if you guys do, as I said, if you guys do want to go ahead and get this for yourself, there is a link in the description that will take you directly to the product on their store on Amazon, and you can go and purchase it yourself. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace and enjoy.
And all of your friends are already calling you. No haters will call out your name. You listen to your friends and what we all pursued. I cannot believe my eyes, it's finally true. Call of Duty World War II, it's finally here.